Oh boy, here's week 3 team builder. I'm actually recording this way in advance, but I made my team and I have the time. So let's do it. All right. So here is Helmy and the Drunk Fraternity of Pikachu. No, that's Hef. Which team is Helmy's? Oh, Wisconsin Weezing. Sorry, Helmy. Love you. This is Helmy and the Wisconsin Weezing. Everyone was kind of like about this team that he drafted during the draft and immediately after. Sorry, like this one's kind of a little choppy. don't mind the positioning on this one. So yeah, I mean, and they're not wrong. This team is it's okay. It gets like the speed tiers are kind of bad, but I also don't have a good matchup here, so I can't really talk. So like Mega Dancy really messes me up, especially if it's a Rock Polish set. It's like Zera, the Earth Power, Starmie, Rock Move, Frostlass, Rock Move, Rizion, Moonblast, Arcanine, Earth Power, Zangoose, anything touches it. Nidoking, Earth Power, Skuntank, Earth Power, Celesteela, Rock Move, I guess. Like, yeah, that's my best answer. But if he's Rock Polish, then he outspeeds me at +2 if I'm autonomized or whatever. And then I got Altaria, Moonblast, Diancie, Earth Power. So it's tough. It's a tough one. It's a tougher Rooney, but at least Diancie can take one hit from Diancie, which is funny. But then there's Lando. Okay, it's basically the same thing, except it's now Earth Power and maybe like knockoff U-turn, Psychic, Sludge Wave. He's got a lot of coverage options there. The genies have great coverage moves. Kyurem, just, another one. He could have the electric, physical, ice beam, dragon moves. Like his offensive guys have really good coverage, and like basically the problem is the I didn't like think about it. But I mean, like I don't know. I guess Frostlass is an option for things. I can speed tie Diancie. I could run Destiny Bond shenanigans on Frostlass again, spikes and stuff. It'd be tough. So that maybe Frostlass should be yellow. But basically, I'm just trying to like out offense him. This is gonna be a very short battle. No matter what happens, it's seriously I guarantee it's gonna be short. So right away, I'm going with Starmie. Starmie is basically my only answer to his more defensive ones like Porygon and sort of Meganium. Well, like mostly Porygon. I guess if he brings Porygon, he could also bring Heal Bell or whatever Aromatherapy Meganium, which could mess me up. But Starmie, outspeeds Diancie, outspeeds Landorus. Has water for those. Outspeeds Lucario, can burn it maybe. Rotom Wash is tough. And Meganium is tough, but I could run Single Beam for Hoopa if it's not Scarfed. Toxic the Porygon and recover stall it because even if it has like Thunderbolt, I can probably start tanking hits. But I don't know. I was thinking about not running. Landorus and Diancie are both like Rock Polish sets potentials, so that could be real bad for me. I think it'd be really smart for him to run Rock Polish on both of those, in my opinion. So anyways, and then either Hoopa or Kyurem should be his Scarfer. So there's team building Helmfire. So yeah, I don't know. I could run, but Starmie can KO Landorus, sort of with Scald at 252. So if he's taking any kind of damage, then we'll be good to go. So I'm gonna bank on that rather than the bulk aspect, but we'll see. So now I'm bringing Zero because I basically have to bring this thing. It outspeeds everything in the game. Plasma Fist, close combat, HP Ice, basically. So, Plasma Fist hits most of his things besides like Kyurem Black or Meganium. I'm not too worried about Meganium though. And then I have close combat. It could get it on the Porygon, the Hoopa if I'm not sure about the roll, the Lucario, the Kyurem. And then bulk up in case I'm in on something that I know is like weakened or I'm in on Porygon and it can't T-Wave me. I can get one bulk up and sweep from there or something like that. So we'll see on that. I'm fine with this set, and I'm able to run my speed really low because Excelgor outspeeds this thing anyways. And if he brings Excelgor, he's trash. I'm just kidding. Hopefully he doesn't bring it though. I don't want him to bring it. So that's fine. So now I have Celesteela with a Citrus Berry and the Autotomized Murder set. So I don't have a terrain thing to get a seed up. I don't have I don't know. I can't trust his team to bring in like an electric or fire move to give me the Aka or the Wakanberry. So I'm just going for this. Heavy Slam will kill a good chunk of things. I don't know how Landorus does against Heavy Slam and Acrobatics. If it, Landorus probably can't like kill me. Even if I'm at like 55%, I can basically guarantee he's not going to kill me, and then I can get my searches back and acrobatics and stuff. Rotom Wash, that's what the seed bomb's for. So maybe he sacks off something, and then I seed bomb. Maybe I'm in on something low, and he's like, okay, he's gonna go for Heavy Slam or Acrobatics. I can go to Rotom, and then I'm like, well, Seed Bomb kills from this range, and he's gonna try to prevent the Beast Boost, so I can get the double Seed Bomb off on Rotom and go from there or something. Who knows? So yeah, I could very well sweep this thing, especially late game, especially if he doesn't get +2 speeds up first, because the one problem is Landorus or Mega Dancy, I guess it depends, because if those thing goes to +2, there's a chance they can't 2-hit KO me. I can autotomize, then kill them, but I would have to take 2 hits if they already have the speed. So, there's a thing there, but Celestia does have, like, a really good matchup here, besides Rotom, but that's okay. Depends how I play around it. But since I'm bringing offensive and not defensive, my defensive prowess, decreases. So now I have Rizion, because his setup guys are all, like, basically special attackers. I can come in on a Kyurem, take probably a non-outrage hit. Call combat back. I can HP Ice the Landorus if I outspeed it, or if he has Sludge Wave, I'll solve that. I think I can probably take a Moonblast pretty easy from Dancy, go with a Leaf Blade. Excelgor is annoying, but can't really do much to me, as much as I can't do it back to that. Lucario, Rotom, Hoopa. So, this Rizion has actually, like, a really, really good matchup here. I have a move for everything besides Swalot, and if Swalot comes, man, Helmy, you really did it. Swalot could come Liquid Ooze for Celesteela. What does it do back to me? Encore-Yon? Stockpile? Does it get Baton Pass? It couldn't do anything back to me, but yeah, it could Liquid Ooze me. That'd be pretty good, pretty smart. Don't believe so. I do have nothing built for Swalot, so we'll see. So next is, once again, Dragon Dance Altaria with a little bit of bulk. So what I'm going to try to do is set up on something like Porygon or Meganium. I'll have Roost and Heal Bell to, unless it's like Sleep Powder Meganium. Does it get Sleep Powder? Probably. So then, Excelgor, Dancy, Landorus, Kyurem, Lucario, Rotom, everything dies to this thing besides Porygon and Meganium, which I can set up on. So I should have a decent chance to sweep this thing. Basically, it's like the game of counter sweeps. So yeah, Mega Dancy Oko's this like in every form, but I just have to have it not in on Mega Dancy, or if I bring it in on something, like it may not be a bad idea at all to let Porygon or Meganium, if they come, KO something, or if I learn that Hoopa is scarfed into Dark Punch, Dark Space Fury. I can, okay, now Altaria comes in, gets a +1, unless he's scarfed Kyurem, which I think he should be, I'll be good to go, so stuff like that. But if he switches straight into Kyurem, I'll be like, okay, he's got to be scarfed. Stuff like that. Although I could still return on or Hyper Voice on the Hoopa very easily, so maybe he wouldn't make that switch. But maybe if I +1 Dragon Dance as he goes into Dancy, and then I kill Dancy, and then Kyurem comes in, I'll be like, ugh, spooky. Stuff like that. And then now I have the Dancy. Kyurem could bring a Steel type move. Lucario has Steel in its typing. Not a lot of stuff otherwise. I can live any hit from Mega Dancy. I don't know if I could take a hit from Landorus, especially with the Life Orb, but maybe Kyurem could be Z though if it's not Scarf. Hopefully Kyurem Z. Scarf Kyurem really messes me up. Lucario, no. Rotom, yeah, I could take a hit. Hoopa, easily. Meganium, yeah. So I have a good chance to get this Light Scream up. He has, his physical options are running Landorus physical instead of special, running Kyurem half mixed at best, running Rock Move. So, he has, a lot of, biased special, but mixed. All his guys are basically mixed attackers with a special bias. So, besides, Lucario, he's the opposite. So it'll be fine. I can take a move from most of his mons, get a Light Screen up, get a Stealth Rock or Moonblast or Explosion, do what I have to do to get in a setup. I could try to do this early. I could try to do it late. It depends what I see in front of me when he brings his mons in. But yeah, so I'm just totally specially defensive. Light Clay. These moves. It's pretty straightforward. I think this is actually pretty smart. bring, unless he sets up like, because even like Calm Mind Landorus, like Starmie comes and kills. Like if it's Calm Mind and Rock Polish, Jet Jaguar comes in. Like I still like there's just there's a lot going on, but I think I'll be all right for it. So yeah, so there's my team. Steely Dancy lets me set up light screen, and hopefully gives me the opportunity to set up with Celesteela or Altaria. Celesteela can sweep with Beast Boost. Altaria can sweep on one of his bulky guys. Virizion just has good coverage and can take a hit if I need it to. So if he gets one of those setup moves that I'm so worried about, one of the Rock Polishes, I can take in Virizion, know I'm going to live, because neither of his setup guys are Z move users, and kill him back. Besides, I guess, technically Landorus, but like that's still fine. And then Starmie just to kind of take down the Porygon if I have to. Like that, I mean, like Altaria is good for the Porygon, but if he has Ice Beam and I am not Mega, I can't safely switch in even if Starmie's in. So Starmie can come in first, Toxic Hit, go on a recover turn or something, or a Thunderbolt, then bring in Altaria, then start doing my thing. So like I actually feel okay about this matchup. I feel better about this matchup than week 2, and I haven't battled week 2 yet. So we'll see how this goes. You know what? I actually feel pretty good about this. I've reconvinced myself that I'm good to go. I'm going over my team, what I've brought to stop him. So I do feel okay. This is another one 2 weeks in a row where playing will be important. I know I said in my my team builder for mid, I was like, oh, like this is like a tough matchup for me, and I think I'm gonna have to play well. That didn't end up being true only because of the way, because I called very accurately what mid brought, except he brought Minior over Donphan. So like this one, I haven't really called what he's gonna bring. I'm covering my bases, so that's a good way to win a battle. It's also a good way to lose a battle before it starts. I try to win my battles before they start. So what I do like to try to say, okay, they're bringing these 7 or 8, and then when they do, it's like, okay, got them, and then I'll keep something in my back mind. So it's like I'm front loaded for the ones I think they're bringing with back of the mind. I haven't been like, there's no chance. Oh shit! Well, I did this here, but it's like there's no chance Meganium's coming. I'm bringing nothing for it. Obviously, that's not true, but like like that's like a hypothetical. And then it comes, and it's just like, oh wow, I have I have 1 fire move out of 6 mons, and they have a Ferrothorn. Ooh, like stuff like that. Is definitely bad, but. Like I said, if you come to think and be like, okay, I've prepped for all these things. I have, hard counters to 2 of them. I have good checks for another 3. It's just like you just have to not make mistakes or force your opponent to have to make crazy plays, and then you can account for that or something. So that's my game plan. Like I said, I don't have a proposed lead for this one at all. Maybe Starmie. It's tough because. I guess if my item goes away, I have acrobatics. I'm not unburdened, so it doesn't matter or whatever. So I don't know. Cause if he leads Landorus, he might be scarfed. Starmie could be a good lead here. If he leads Kyurem, I go Diancie and hope for the best that he didn't bring Flash Cannon, or I think he gets Iron Head. So I mean, it's tough. I'm gonna wait to predict my leads. Sometimes I like to have leads. Like in the finals, I like to have my lead plan before the game starts. But that's usually works best when I know what they're bringing, or I just see like this mon has a great lead matchup, whereas Celesteela has a great mid-game, late-game sweep matchup, and so I'm not going to lead with that. So that's my plan. Battle come up in a little bit in your perspective. Who knows when I'll battle, because I'm in the past right now. Thanks for watching up to this point. I'm an idiot, basically. All right, baby, we got a spicy battle this week. I just like to use random adjectives to pretend like because it doesn't spoil anything, even though I could just say, here's the battle. All right, so here's what he brought. I don't remember what I predicted he would bring. I don't know. I think I just built for his whole team. I kind of switch between building for someone's whole team or building for like the 6 or 7. Basically, the worse my matchup is, the more I try to predict what they're going to bring, so I can account for it better. But here, I figured Virizion Assault Vest would be the best lead because Landorus, I have HP Ice, Hoopa, and to an extent Excelgor. I have X-Scissor, I have Leaf Blade for Rotom and Diancie, and I have Close Combat for Lucario. So really, Scarf Hoopa or bulky-ish Excelgor are like the worst leads for me, but I figured that'd be fine. So we're gonna lead a Virizion, and he's gonna bring in Excelgor, and I'm gonna be like, okay, well, I'm just gonna stay in. I know, and I wouldn't think he would go for Final Gambit with Virizion being like a medium at best threat to his team. But looking at that X Scissor damage, I know from a mock that that is a more offensive Excelgor because it did like 47 before or 37 or something. So now he goes into DNC. Cannot kill me with the Moonblast because of Assault Vest. I didn't even calc that. I was just like, let's do it. So that's great for me early on. So here Excelgor comes in, and here's like an interesting thing. He shows U-turn. So had he U-turned into Diancie, that wouldn't have happened. So that was kind of a misplay on his part. But I'm just gonna stay in with Virizion. I don't want anything to happen. I want him to try to set up spikes or something. So that's fine. I'm going to go into Diancie on Hoopa in case he is physical with Zen Headbutt. I'm going to go straight for a Moonblast, but now that I see Landers comes in, I'm going to go for a Light Screen as he sets up Stealth Rocks. So that's good for me because now I get a free turn of Rocks for myself, whereas Earth Power would have KO'd me on this turn, but then he wouldn't have gotten Rocks. So, it's 50-50. Now here's going to go for Earth Power. Again, not going to kill me, and now I can get more Moonblast damage off. No special attack drop, that's fine. I could have exploded, but I didn't want to double down. I had to guess what he was going to go back into, probably Excelgor, potentially. So that's fine. I can go into Zero Aura, go for a free knockoff. And I don't think Lucario gets justified. Maybe he does. But I think he gets the flinchy ones, right? So whatever, he gets like Steadfast. I don't know. So I knock off the Assault Vest, and then I can re-KO with Plasma Fists. I know that Landers is not Scarfed, and I know that Excelgor is not Scarfed. So here comes Rotom. I'm like, well, he's either Scarfed, probably not, or going to be bulky and Will-O-Wisp me. So I'm going to go into Starmie. I have the Light Screen up as well. He misses, and it doesn't matter. It was an extra 6%. I have Natural Cure. I am not a physical attacker. So I'm going to go for Toxic. I figured he would Volt Switch if he had it. I don't want to go back into Zero Aura, get Volt Absorb the Rocks damage, and then where do we go from there? We're just back in the same situation. So I'm going to take that, and basically he's going to make a good play here. I'm going to go in Celesteela, predicting the U-turn, and he's going to go for Focus Blast, and the Focus Blast does 53%, which is actually kind of like insane. I don't know how that did that much. I guess that thing's like modest or something, but if it's modest, it can't speed Zero Aura. So I don't know. Excelgor is just stronger than I thought. So he's going to miss a second Focus Blast, and that's going to be somewhat important. So I can Acrobatics now. I'm set, whatever, and I get the plus attack speed. So had he hit that second Focus Blast, I would have been in range for Priority Lucario, which is interesting because that means that this Rotom would not have had to take this Seed Bomb, and also wouldn't have had to let me live. So basically, this is the situation we would have had the second Focus Blast hit, except without the Rotom damage. So now he shows me he's Life Orb. I say, okay, I can go to Zero Aura and kill anything on his team. And I should make technically a misplay here. I should have gone for Z Fighting here, because he shows Extreme Speed, and I forgot Extreme Speed was a thing. So now had he switched, my defenses would have been dropped. I still wouldn't have been in range for a regular E-Speed, but it's still much closer than it could have been. But now he goes into Rotom. Basically what could have happened is I could have done Fightinium Z or whatever, and then just on the Rotom had more health, or he would have had to switch into it. So I don't think that it changed much. I really don't think that Focus Blast Miss changed much. It just maybe affected differential. I may have had to go into Starmie to finish up, or even Altaria, depending on what his movesets were. So, or who he had in and all that. So that's the game. Zero Aura cleaned up at the end. I kind of the battle got ahead of me a little bit. But it was a very quick battle, 21 turns, 3-0 in my favor. I could have done things to save differential. He could have done things to save differential. I think once Diancie went down, that was like very nearly game. It just put momentum in my favor. I think not U-turning with Excelgor was bad, and basically I know that Excelgor couldn't have been Specs, because Specs would have done way more into Virizion, because Virizion wasn't that bulky. It was just speedy with mixed attacks. But he also U-turned, so I don't know. Maybe he was Scarfed Modest Excelgor. I never asked him for his sets. You know what? I'll say he was. I will say right now he was Scarfed Modest Excelgor. That's why the Focus Blast did so much, and that's why he didn't stay in and U-turn. So I'm gonna take back what I said. It wasn't a misplay. It was a prep. Got him. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I mean, Scarfed Excelgor kind of made sense because he may very well have had Final Gambit. And maybe he should have just U-turned the first turn. I don't know if U-turn would have done more than uh, Bug Buzz, but I guess he didn't know I was assault vest. But whatever, you know what I mean. Just like this is all hindsight stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I guess it made sense because then Scarf Selgor can like potentially come in and Final Gambit my setup mods. Like I'm sure he would. I'm sure Scarf Selgor outspeeds +2. What's his face? Celesteela. But I also I had a pretty good window. I actually really didn't think about Lucario. I didn't prefer Lucario very much because I had a pretty good window to sweep with Altaria, other than that Lucario, because basically Excelgor couldn't really touch me, especially if it was locked into a move. But I would have to Mega Dragon Dance, and I'm pretty sure that Lucario Adamant Bullet Punch probably does like 80% or something. I didn't really calc it. I didn't have very much physical defense, if any, in Altaria. It was mainly I built it to try to set up on Porygon. But so like that's the thing. I think knockoff was actually different than my team builder potentially, but D-Train told me to run that, so that's just where that came from. I also don't think that mattered very much. But I'm just trying to think. Yeah, I mean that's about it. Like I said, not going for fight. The one like misplay to look at was not going for Titanium Z on Lucario, because either he switches in something, it dies. I knew close combat could kill Lucario. Like there was no doubt in my mind that was killing. So there's no point to go for it. I could just use, like Landers. We saw Landers died to an HP Ice. Rotom died to any move I could use, and Lucario died to close combat. So I might as well avoid defense drops, because had he switched out, I close combat, my defense drops. He brings Lucario back in. I might be like, oh no, I need to save differential or make sure my defense is in. He could have sword stance and swept me. So it's very, very, like very iffy, very whatever. I probably would have stayed in that scenario where I close combat and my defense is dropping. You could bring Lucario back in, because that's a quick easy calc. 252 plus Adamant, Life Orb, Extreme Speed from Lucario didn't kill from that range. Sorry, from the range I was at before the E-Speed, not this 31%, obviously. So whatever. We win 3-0. We're up 2-1. We are now +6 differential. So that's not bad. So I've still never lost 2 games in a row. It's not like bragging. It's just a stat. But yeah, so I don't know. It was a good battle. I think I prepped really well. I think I led and played well. So that's just it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week when I play Trog. Haven't done the team builder. Should probably do that. Baby.